Well, it's been a beautifully calm morning here so far in the washes here on the east side plateau in Zion. I've just been wandering up and down the wash here, which I haven't done for quite a while. In fact, I think this section that I'm in right now, it's possible I've never been in. But anyway, I found a really pretty yellow tree here against the sandstone, and it's a vertical composition on this subject with my 135 lens, and no movements to speak of. And I've just used both Velvia and Provia and some Ektar. And so we'll see. I'm still sort of relearning these films and seeing how they behave. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, it's been a really nice, calm morning here. And I'm just eager to pack up and head on down the wash and continue to see what I can find. Well, I finally found some oranges with some really nice structure, and very excited about this one. It's probably the best one so far. I used my 450 lens on my 4x5 and was able to expose some Provia and some Velvia. It was like a 25-second exposure with that Velvia, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. But it was super still right here in this wash, and really, really pretty subject here. So now it's time to pack up and walk down just a little bit farther, and then it's time to meet the guys, and I guess we're going to go get some lunch. So then we'll be back in the washes this afternoon, so that's really exciting. This is really, really nice today, and so much better than yesterday. All that wind seems to be gone, and it's really still, and this is when it's a real joy to use the view camera, when you can really enjoy it and just take your time and not have to fight the wind. So it's been a great morning so far here in the east side of Zion, down in the washes, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the day will yield.
Because I'd photographed by myself all morning, in the afternoon I wanted to photograph alongside my friends. And the wind had also picked up again, so I switched to my Canon 5DSR digital full-frame camera, and that allowed me to handle the wind and also stay up with my friends without falling behind or holding them up using my large format. So it was a nice afternoon. I had several nice images, and we'll take a look at them now. First, we'll look at the film images from the morning. They both turned out just fine. I ended up going with the Velvia exposures for both of them, and these are nothing special, but they're okay. Particularly the second image with the tree growing out of this vertical rock. It's interesting, but it turns out that tree growing up through is kind of distracting, and I did my best in editing to try to minimize that, but all in all, it's still a little distracting. The color's nice, and most of the shape is good, but I wish that tree weren't growing up out of the crack in that rock, at least for this composition. I do like the gesture of this tree and how it leans out and sort of spreads over the canyon. I do find the white rocks in a lot of these wash images from Zion to be pretty distracting, and I try to eliminate them when I can, but here it was just kind of unavoidable. So this one's okay, the color's really pretty, and I do like the shape of that tree. This is the kind of image I really like to work on, just a nice isolated detail of a tree and its surroundings. I think the mixture of colors here is really pretty neat. It has quite a palette of colors, and it looks like maybe there was even a little bit of a burn that this tree had encountered, kind of left over and recovering from that. So all in all, I really like this one, and that little white stone, kind of an interesting focal point that I didn't really notice at the time, but I kind of like it now. So this is the kind of thing I really enjoy, and I'm quite happy that I have this one. I typically don't do a lot with leading lines, intentionally anyway, but this was a subject that just sort of screamed out for it, and so I spent a lot of time trying to find just the best foreground area of these curving lines just leading into these two trees. And I did do focus stacking on this one, which of course was easy to do with a digital camera. So I kind of like the big tree and smaller tree and a little bit of fall color also back behind. So this one's kind of nice, and I'm glad I was able to find and work on this subject. Here's this little juniper again. I photographed this little guy in January when I was here in Zion, only in the wintertime in the midst of a snowstorm, which really isolated it against the cliff beyond, which was kind of unique, I thought. And I didn't really set out to photograph this again, but we just found ourselves in this area, and the last little bit of fleeting sunlight hitting it I thought was interesting, so I gave this one a go. I've got several images of this tree now over the years, and I think this is a pretty nice one with a little bit of dynamic sunlight just easing off the top of that tree. So, all in all, it was a nice afternoon in the Zion East Side washes, and I got several nice images on this day, and I want to thank you all so much for watching this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.